My name is Vito Vissicaro. I actually came to the United States as an immigrant in 1987, and in 1997, that's when, in fact, 1994, Celso de Mello is a friend of mine. He was actually marketing bows for this Brazilian manufacturer, and we went to school together, and I carved a couple artistic pieces, and he remembered that, you know, you're a very good carver. You won like a first prize on those carvings. You could be a good bow maker. So that's when I got into bow making. And Arcos Brazil came in 1997 from the fact that I got into bow making. I worked in Portugal for about 9 months, came back to the US. I mean, I won't be able to show you how to do it because it is a process that takes time, right? But every bow starts basically with a, you know, what we call it a bow blank. Most bow makers, when they purchase wood, they either purchase in planks and then they cut them to, you know, traditional method of French bow making that was developed in Paris. And everything, this is based on a French design, you know, from a couple hundred years ago, and still the same. Things are done the same way that they were back then. So you just start. Seeing the shavings of Pernambuco wood. Eventually, if you're working, you know, a couple hours on a bow, your hand gets purple. You know, this wood has a very unique compound called Brazilian, and which turns everything red. Some parts fitted to the head. You know, the head on modern bows have this covering here, which is traditionally you have a liner of ebony inside, and this part outside was traditionally done in ivory. Nowadays, ivory is a, you know, controlled species. You know, it's prohibited trade, so people use bone or sometimes a synthetic material. And here with the mortise, this is where the hair would go in. This side here, this is all done by hand. This part is called the frog, and the button. This is made with silver and ebony. And so you have ebony, which is a wood that grows in, you know, Africa. You have this in Thailand. It's a black wood. It almost looks like charcoal. By hand, get to this result here, this outcome. There are inlays of pearl in some of them. This is abalone, mother of pearl. So this is where that material comes from. So you have one example here. This is actually not how it looks in the wild. This has been polished, highly polished. You have templates that you use to shape the back of the head, the front of the head, the height of it, you know. So all these are little tools and little templates and techniques that were developed over the years. So yeah, it's and the hair itself in the end. I mean, you can see back here there is like chunks of horsehair. I'm the only one in you know, professionally, I'm the only one in the state. Yeah, and you know. It is a very small community worldwide of professional bow makers. You know, bow makers is the word mostly used in the U.S., but archetier is the French term. You know, a lot of people use French terms still to you know, name this part or that part of the bow.
How long does it usually take to just get it to its final shape?
It can be pretty quick. You know, I mean, normally if you do that, you know, on a very regular basis, you can probably make a very fine bow from beginning to end in about 40 hours or less. You know, last, besides fitting well, you want this to last, you know, a couple hundred years or more. There is a level of respect, you know, to the work of, you know, everyone that has gone before us, you know, to actually do the work we do today.